Hey Gainesville, my name is Nicholas Espel. I'm a local realtor here. I just wanted to welcome you to our very first edition of Small Business Spotlight, where I go around to local-owned businesses here in Gainesville, Florida, and I just give them a quick little interview and show you guys around and kind of show you what we have to offer here in Gainesville. Unfortunately, some of the videos we took of the interview, the audio was compromised and the quality wasn't too great. So here I am. You get to see my face separate from the interview. But nonetheless, today I guess today, if you're watching this, I got the pleasure to interview the local owner of PlantStay. It's a great shop. They have tons of exotic plants, local plants. They have them shipped in from all around the world. So I hope you guys enjoy the interview. If you are in town, they have so graciously agreed to do 50% off of a plant, $25 or less, if you go in there and mention this interview to them. So go ahead and do that. Enjoy the interview, and I'll see you later. Also, I forgot to mention, they do this really cool thing called a Friends Plant subscription. It's $92 for the whole year, and you get one plant a month, up to 12 months. So when you even it out, that's a really good deal. You get 12 plants for $92, so can't beat it. Check it out.
Can do. And then the pandemic hit, we already had plans, like we were already in plans to have our first pop-up event, just testing the market, seeing if people really want plants. And the pandemic hit, and we had all of these plants. So we were like, well, I guess this is going to happen, and I just have a lot of plants. And then June came around, and I decided, well, let's just try to do a sale in our garage, and we'll see what happens. And it turned out to be one of those horrible stormy days. Like it was just raining nonstop. In our garage in 3 hours we sold out of plants.
Wow.
It was insane. So we just kept doing pop-ups to fund the shop.
That's a great Kickstarter. And were they always kind of out of your garage, or did you
So we did the first 2, and then after the second one I'm like, I can't do this to my neighbors. This is too many people. So then we started partnering with local businesses. Sandy's Resale Shop was a big one.
Oh, cool.
We did a few events there that were really popular, and then we just kind of went to different places around town doing our pop-ups.
Cool, that's awesome. And now the name PlantStay, I like it. It's really simple. So how did you kind of come up with that? Is that just?
So it's got a little bit of inspiration from Namaste, like just the
Okay.
kind of the sound of the word. And honestly, my background is marketing, so just really making sure that it was available everywhere.
Right.
So there was a lot of.
Yes,
I love this name. Wait, is it available on Instagram? Oh, no. So, a lot of going back and forth like that.
Trial and error, for sure. That's awesome. So now what are some of the challenges that come with owning a plant store?
So the challenges these are all living beings.
Right.
So that's definitely a challenge. Like we're really lucky. Our team is all very, very into plants. So they do a really good job taking care of our plants. I think the biggest challenge has probably been really getting the plants in the stock. Originally, we thought we would roll up all of our plants. Had no idea how many plants we would be selling, so that quickly became not realistic. But plants weren't just popular here, they were popular everywhere, so there's a lot of demand for the product coming from growers. So each week, I hand pick every plant that comes into the shop, and each week we visit at least 10 places, and then once a month we take trips further South Florida to be able to have the inventory.
And that's how you kind of get your hands on some of these more exotic plants and stuff. It's all from distributors.
I mean, some of it is I import some things internationally for the really rare things. I'm really active in the local plant community and just kind of always finding plant babies. And one of my specialties is finding plants that other people aren't taking very good care of. And I bring them into my greenhouse and I make them beautiful. And so that's one of my favorites.
Cool, like a little flip.
Yep.
Awesome. What are some of your greatest takeaways since owning this plant store?
Greatest takeaways. I think it's probably how fortunate I am that we live in Gainesville. It's a really unique community that really, really supports local brick and mortar businesses.
Right.
And that's not something that every community has. So I think that's been one of the greatest things. And plant people are honestly just the best people.
I agree.
They really
super cool, down-to-earth people.
Yep.
In terms of caring for all these plants, because like I said, I have 7 plants myself, and I have trouble keeping a consistent schedule of watering and making sure they get enough sunlight. So how do you manage to keep so many plants alive?
I think it just becomes second nature. Like, I can't pick up a plant without touching the soil, without, feeling it. And we have a bit of a schedule, like, 2 days a week are kind of dedicated watering days and pest control, make sure that everything's looking good. So keeping it on the schedule and just having our staff be people who really are plant people. Like, they are knowledgeable. If you walk in and, we have a lot of people who walk in and are like, I don't have any plants. Where do I start? And just sort of being able to guide on that journey because, we really do know plants.
Right. That's awesome because my first plant I bought from Lowe's. And
that's hard.
It is. And I had no knowledge going into it. So they give you a little QR code and you scan it and it tells you what plant it is and that's about it. So I kind of went into it blind.
That's exactly why PlantStay was born. Like, when I started on my plant hoarding journey, there was, all these plants, but there was nowhere you could go in Gainesville and talk to a real human who knew plants and could tell me, how do I care for this? How do I? And you can look online, but when I'm reading this blog, I don't know if this is someone in Arizona with a completely different climate or someone in, New York City. So it's different to be able to talk to someone who lives where you do and can really tell you, no, your east window, that's going to be great for this plant.
Right. Around this time, perfect sunlight. That's cool. That's awesome. And I just kind of wanted to end it with a little lightning round. Just fun little questions, your favorite spots in Gainesville. So first one is go-to lunch spot.
Indian street food.
Indian street food.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I haven't been there yet.
So good.
I do love Indian food,
So
so
good.
that might be today. Favorite spots to go get drinks?
Superette.
Superette? Okay. Is that near here?
Superette is, do you remember where Civilization used to be?
Kind of.
It's an amazing little spot. Really need to go there. I mean, it's not like liquor, it's wine things, but also a great spot.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out too. Favorite outdoor activity in Gainesville?
Favorite outdoor activity? I have a dog, so it's
Cool.
going to be trails, taking her anywhere where she can sniff around and play.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
We have a German Shepherd.
Awesome. What's her name?
Piper.
Love that.
Which is also a name of a plant.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that either. I'm so uneducated when it comes to this stuff. Favorite indoor activity in Gainesville?
Favorite indoor activity in Gainesville? Being here.
Being
Honestly,
here.
I think I really do love it.
It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Fresh air from the plants as well. And last, I just had it. Just forgot it. It's coming to me. Oh, best place to go get dessert.
Best place to get dessert. So it's because of a specific dessert, but BQ Holic right across the road has fried cheesecake.
Ooh.
They're just to die for.
I haven't had it, but I have been plenty of times for the Korean barbecue.
Yes,
so
so good.
that's awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Check out PlantStay. It's a great. Take a look around. There's plenty of cool plants around here. Lots of exotic plants as well. And we'll see you guys next week for the next Small Business Spotlight. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed that little interview. Like I said, great shop. And once again, they did say that they will do 50% off of a $25 plant, $25 or less plant in the shop if you just mention this interview if you go in there. Unfortunately, like I said, you guys didn't get to see the first half of that interview because the audio was kind of messed up. But essentially, they had the idea to open it around 2 years before the pandemic. They were doing pop-ups around Gainesville. She actually said she started doing them out of her garage, which is actually really cool. She had over hundreds of plants and it was something she always wanted to do. Then unfortunately the pandemic hit, so they kind of had to set back their plans and see how that was going to affect their business. But as I'm sure you all know, plants became very popular across the pandemic, much like sourdough bread and whipped coffee, if you remember those days. Not that I want to dwell on them too much. But so yeah, she realized there was a need for it, and luckily she was able to open up this new shop. So like I said, great people. They work with lots of local artists, and again, great plant selection. And she was so gracious enough to let us in there to interview. And hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you ever are in Gainesville and you want to move over here and enjoy everything that we have to offer here, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm a local realtor here. And I would love to kind of show you around.